let's talk about proper positioning and how copy can help you close more sales.
Yep.
So kind of dive into that a little bit.
Well, first off, and you're an expert in this. How you position and how you create offers with people is the biggest thing. Like having a clear offer that sets you apart from everybody else and gives you almost a competitive advantage just by the offer itself. That's ultimately what you want to do. That is your offer and your story are the two biggest pieces, in my opinion, of your whole sales messaging. Add that with a great hook and you're in like Flynn. But the one area where I feel people really lack in is in the data science side of their offers. So if you know much about hashing or getting intimate details on your anonymous website visitors, which is an area that a lot of marketers don't talk about, you can actually pull an entire dossier on website visitors to understand who they are, what they make for income, what they whether they're male or female, whether they own or rent, whether they what parts of the country they live in, and you can get in, even down to the types of books they read or other things, all from an anonymous website visitor, and knowing if they're married or single or divorced, and getting all of that intimate data. The really big companies out there do all of this, and then they're individualizing their communications based on the different buyer segments that come to them. And so when you really finite detail into understanding exactly who's coming to your website, and more importantly, exactly who is buying from you, you can look at, okay, well, these are the people that are buying from me. What's the story that they are buying into? Why are they buying? And you can start segmenting out your funnels so that maybe you have 3 or 4 different buyer types, and I mean, you're going to speak with a 53-year-old single woman much differently than a 25-year-old married guy with children. You're going to speak to them very differently, and likewise, you're going to speak very differently to a 25-year-old single guy very differently than a 40-year-old woman with 3 kids and a husband and a house in suburbia. Those are completely different conversations. They're completely different stories of engagement. And the deeper level of insight you have into why, into who exactly you're targeting, and what their daily life is like, what types of experiences they go through on a daily basis, weekly basis. Are they going to school and dropping their kids off or picking their kids up at school, or are they out, partying with the boys, throwing back, a half dozen drinks or more on a Friday night, the types of stories that you can have create that level of interest and engagement. And it's a very just really clearly understanding who you're speaking with will tell you the types of stories that will get their attention.